Coming to you from the studios of Galaxy Media. The #1 ranked podcast for entertainment news. The Stephen King Show. Now here is your host, Stephen King.
Hello again and welcome to Wednesday. The week's almost over. You got this, and I got Zuck Sucks, 5-second rule, and people like working less. But first,
the news.
Meghan Markle is apparently none too pleased about her portrayal in South Park. The Daily Mail reports the Duchess of Sussex was overwhelmed and upset about her portrayal in the animated comedy series. Both Meghan and Prince Harry were satirized in an episode titled World Privacy Tour. The episode followed the Prince and Princess of Canada, who want privacy but are still in the spotlight. South Park even depicted the princess in a nearly identical outfit to one Meghan wore in 2018, and she was referred to as a sorority girl, actress, influencer, and victim. The show revolves around how Meghan and Harry have been vocal about wanting privacy, but have been in the public eye thanks to their Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, and references Harry's memoir Spare, calling it Wah. Move over, Nick Cannon. You may have competition. Jude Law just might now be a father of 7. He has sparked rumors that he secretly welcomed another child with his wife, Philippa Cohen. Photos published Monday show Law and Cohen making their way through Heathrow Airport in London. Cohen is seen pushing one stroller, holding the couple's first child together, while Law's buggy has another baby in it, leading to speculation that the Oscar nominee's family recently grew. The 50-year-old announced in September 2020 that he had welcomed his first kid with Cohen and 6th overall. Alec Baldwin is no longer facing years behind bars in connection to the fatal shooting of Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Prosecutors have dropped the firearms enhancement charge brought against him, according to a spokesperson for the DA. If Baldwin had been convicted of the involuntary manslaughter and firearms enhancement charges, he would have faced a mandatory 5 years in jail. Maximum time he now faces is 18 months. Megan Fox is publicly praising Sophie Lloyd after squashing rumors that Machine Gun Kelly cheated with the guitarist. After reactivating her Instagram, Fox commented on the insanely talented musician's latest post and wrote, quote, "How me making a joke in order to absolve this girl of a hurtful accusation somehow turned into a confirmation of it, I will never understand," end quote. She continued, "You have now been baptized by the flames of fame. It only gets worse from here, unfortunately," end quote. Fox sparked speculation last week that she and MGK were on the rocks with some cryptic Instagram posts. Jansen Panettiere, an actor and Hayden Panettiere's brother, has died at age 28. Sources close to the family said Jansen died Sunday at home in New York. His cause of death is unclear, but police say there was no foul play. Jansen Panettiere worked on early 2000s projects such as Even Stevens, Blue's Clues, Robots, and Ice Age: The Meltdown. He was Hayden's only sibling, and the duo worked together on Tiger Cruise in 2004 and Racing Stripes in 2005. And Dick Van Dyke is set to celebrate his 98th birthday this year and shows no signs of slowing down. The Mary Poppins legend, who recently wowed crowds with a performance on The Masked Singer, says there are 4 things that help him maintain his youthful vigor. First, he says he has good genes. Secondly, quote, "Having a beautiful young wife half my age to take care of me helps," end quote. He's been married to 51-year-old Arlene Silver for 11 years. Van Dyke also said that a positive attitude is key to keeping healthy. And lastly, he said exercise is important for people of all ages, but particularly for those in their older years. He goes to the gym 3 times a week.
Time for music news you can use.
Jonas Brothers. Kevin Jonas hilariously warned Joe Jonas to chill out after he revealed a sneak peek of the music video for Wings, and that it features the White Lotus star Haley Lou Richardson. Shortly after Joe posted the reel on Instagram, Kevin reacted, "What's going on, man? You gotta calm down. You're giving everything away again. We talked about this." BTS. Next month, Lego stores in Singapore will be selling the BTS Dynamite set, featuring the K-popers on the video set of their hit song Dynamite. The 749-piece kit will sell for the equivalent of $120. Theory of a Dead Man. It's one of those ironic cover versions that makes you say, who thought of that? The post-grunge outfit has dropped a preview song from its upcoming album Dinosaur, out March 17th. It's a cover of the classic 1981 Bill Withers Grover Washington Jr. song, Just the Two of Us. which was famously sampled by Will Smith in 1997. Ozzy Osbourne, legendary former Whitesnake guitarist Steve Vai, has revealed that he recorded an entire album with Ozzy in the 1990s and it's never been released. He was brought in to co-write one song during the making of Osmosis and says Ozzy and I got carried away. Osbourne's camp retains the rights to the recordings. And Guns N' Roses has announced a massive 2023 world tour, headlining stadiums, festivals, and arenas throughout the summer and fall. It launches June 5th in Israel and will continue across Europe before hitting North America August 5th in New Brunswick, ending October 16th in Vancouver. Pre-sales begin today with general on sales starting Friday. Jamie Allen and Lainey Wilson are among the artists partnering with Tractor Supply Company for its Emerging Artist program. Ashley McBride, Dustin Lynch, and Kat and Alex are also involved in the initiative to discover and support up-and-coming country artists. Emerging artists can submit an original song to www.tractorsupply.com/emergingartists. 5 will be selected to collab with a mentor. Jelly Roll has announced the 44-date Backroad Baptism Tour. He unveiled the news via a comical Instagram post showing him contacting his new tour mates, Ashley McBride, Chase Rice, and more, via FaceTime. The clip is a play on Scary Movie and the iconic "What's Up" phone calls. Winona Judd, her next album, could feature some of her touring companions. According to rumors, Trisha Yearwood and Brandi Carlile will appear on Judd's upcoming solo project. She told Billboard, "We're working on a song, and we don't know if it will be on the record or not yet." Coming up, Zuck sucks. But first, I want to know, what's your best back in my day story? Send me an email, thestephenkingShow@yahoo.com. A report says that global warming could be drastically slowed if we all weren't less. Does this mean Meghan Markle is the greatest person on earth?
Now back to the Stephen King Show.
Five-second rule. Scientists from New York University say it takes less than 5 seconds for people to know if they really like a new song, and people's opinions of a new tune didn't change, whether they listened to a small snippet or the entire thing. The NYU team also discovered that people like a song more if they hear the whole thing before listening to just the excerpt, as opposed to the other way around. The researchers say their findings indicate that people respond more to the general vibe of a tune rather than its musical notes, and in general, we can determine within 5 seconds or less whether or not we will like it. That sort of defeats the purpose of music services such as Apple and Amazon providing teasers in hopes that we'll buy the song. Yeah, why buy the song if we only need 5 seconds? Zuck sucks. Now that the Twitterverse is all freaked out about Elon Musk deciding to charge for a blue check mark, now Mark Zuckerberg has decided to get in on the action. The Meta CEO has announced a new paid subscription service for Facebook and Instagram, granting users a hollowed blue tick for a monthly fee. Meta Verified will cost you $11.99 a month on the web and $14.99 a month on iOS. It's launching in Australia and New Zealand this week, ahead of a wider rollout. Meta says the subscription will allow you to verify your account with a government ID, get a blue badge, get extra impersonation protection against accounts claiming to be you, and get direct access to customer support. The social media giant has laid off about 11,000 workers in recent months, part of a wider downturn among big tech companies. By the way, all those extra benefits that come with Meta Verified are things that a social media site should provide to users as a bare minimum. Eating in and out. The secret to eating less may be all in how you plate it. Chinese scientists believe a hack to reduce food consumption and thus lose weight is to spread your food out on the plate. Their study found that cutting food into small pieces and scattering them across a dish can actually trick your brain into thinking you're eating much more. Study participants were shown multiple photos of a chocolate bar with the candy split between 9 to 16 pieces. The participants thought 16 pieces of chocolate was a larger portion than the 9-piece sample, leading the scientists to conclude that more overall portion size is perceived when the units are separated than gathered. So there's no advantage to asking that my pizza be cut into 16 pieces either. A restaurant in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, recently divided social media by announcing it will no longer be welcoming diners under 10 years old, beginning next month. Nettie's House of Spaghetti detailed his plan in a Facebook post, saying that although we love kids, between noise levels, lack of space for high chairs, cleaning up crazy messes, and the liability of kids running around the restaurant, we've decided that it's time to take control of the situation. The social media post has been shared more than 10,000 times and stirred quite an outcry from locals, but some were also supportive of the decision. One commenter wrote, "They need to change their name to something more pretentious like Il Bistro dei Niddy. People are bringing kids because it's named like a family place. Might want to get rid of the play area too. Back with people like working less."
Like what you hear? Want to hear more? Click the link below and check out all the Stephen King Show episodes. Download, listen, like, and subscribe. Now back to the Stephen King Show.
SCOTUS will hear arguments in a case that could reshape the internet. The Supreme Court will hear oral arguments today in a case against Google concerning Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which shields websites from liability for users' posts. The case deals specifically with YouTube's responsibility when its algorithms suggest videos from terrorist groups, and SCOTUS will also hear a terror-related case against Twitter tomorrow. But if the court does rule broadly on the law's reach, it will have a big impact on how social media sites and just about everyone else operate online. People like working less. The results are in from the biggest ever trial of the 4-day work week, and most companies said they're not ready to go back to the 5-day grind. Over 60 companies and nearly 3,000 employees in the UK participated in the study, trying out the shorter work week from June through December last year. Many companies saw higher revenue and lower staff turnover. 90% said they would keep the experiment going. Several even plan to make a permanent change. Things you probably didn't know yesterday is next.
Need a new coffee mug? How about a new shirt or hoodie? Check out the Stephen King Show shop. Go to thestephenkingshow.securedecoration.com or click on the link in the description. Happy shopping, and thanks for supporting the show. Now back to the Stephen King Show. This is Things You Probably Didn't Know Yesterday.
A recent study suggests that our human ancestors may have been able to hibernate. Looking at the fossils of human-like ancestors found in Spain, archaeologists found weakened skeletal systems that are typically caused by wasting disease, only periodically though, not consistently, and think the trade-off might have been seasonal survival. Modern humans don't have the capability to either store enough nutrition, to burn enough fuel over time to keep our bodies working, or to expel waste safely while asleep to be able to hibernate. Some more things you probably didn't know yesterday. Some cats are allergic to humans. Men get hiccups more often than women. Women tend to have a more acute sense of smell than men. Oranges were originally grown in Asia and were green until they were grown in warmer climates. The sound of Darth Vader's breathing in Star Wars was made with a scuba regulator. And the majority of your brain is fat. I have the answer to yesterday's question next. Apparently, antidepressant use among pets is on the rise. Vets say pets need meds when they start acting distant, lazy, and disobedient, which of course begs the question, how do you know when your cat needs them?
Now back to the Stephen King Show.
Yesterday I asked, 28% of women say they would hate it if a man did this to them. What is it? Serenade them. Today's question, the average person will do this 2 million times in their life. What is it? I'll give you the answer tomorrow. And I leave you with, while we try to teach our children all about life, our children teach us what life is about. Talk to you tomorrow.